Thank you for joining us for the 2-minute drills. I'm Aram Talegian, San Gabriel Valley Newspaper Group football writer. Behind the camera, on the left, Fred J. Robledo, the San Gabriel Valley Tribune prep sports editor. And on the right, the San Gabriel Valley Tribune's jack of all trades, the veterano of the staff, Steve Ramirez.
El veterano.
El veterano to me. Guys, we're talking about semifinals in the Southeast Division. Number 1 seed West Covina, 11-1, hitting the road to take on Mayfair, 8-4. This game will be at Bellflower High School on Friday night. That's going to be a 7:30 start. But check your clock. Sometimes, Freddie, they move them to 7 o'clock. Let's talk Mayfair real quick. To get to this point, Mayfair has beaten Diamond Ranch in the first round, Burroughs in the second round. Mayfair, surprisingly, guys, the second-place team in the Suburban League. La Mirada won that league, but they were ousted in the first round by Muir. This is a Mayfair team, Freddie, that hung with Chino Hills earlier this season pretty good. I think they played a good close game against Los Alamitos as well. They battled early, but surprisingly in league they had a little bit of trouble. But here we are. They look like a formidable opponent for West Covina. West Covina's first road game in the playoffs.
Well, it's been a couple times. I thought Bonita looked like a... Well, we'll go back to Roland. I thought when Roland was playing well, they looked like a formidable opponent for West Covina. I thought Bonita looked like a formidable opponent. I thought Diamond Ranch would be. And West Covina turns these all into easy games. Here we are in the playoffs, Steve, and they're still running the ball like crazy. Doesn't seem like anyone's been able to slow them down. Solomon has really turned into their go-to back, having great games on offense and defense. B.J. Lee has done a spectacular job. They're doing it on both sides of the ball. And granted, this is a dangerous game. You know, Mayfair, when you look at what they've done in the playoffs, they've beaten some pretty good teams. It's still West Covina. They haven't been tested. You think about the game earlier in the year, they lost to Covina that first game. Let's throw it away. They were up big late in the fourth quarter. Since then, they haven't really been tested the whole season. They've rolled through everyone, and now we're in the semifinals of the playoffs. You saw them last week.
Yeah,
what do you think?
Yeah, their defense is playing really well right now against Santa Fe. That score is not kind of indicative of how the game went because they had trouble moving the ball, but they created.
Turnovers?
They had 4 turnovers,
Ugh.
and 2 of them were returned back for touchdowns. And 1 was at the 10-yard line, so they only had to go 10 yards to score. And the fourth one that led to a touchdown.
Are you saying there might be a chink in the armor of West Covina's offense?
No.
People starting to catch up to stop that outside run, and we might have a chance.
No, it's hard to read that because they got up on Santa Fe so quickly.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say that just because they didn't put up the great numbers offensively, but they didn't have to. So they just have so much speed, especially with Solomon. If you give him a crease, he can outrun almost anyone, except maybe his teammate.
They came into that game, Aaron, averaging almost 400 yards rushing for the season.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just incredible.
And that's come against good teams.
You expect that from a great passing team, maybe. You're right. That's good teams. And my whole thing has been in the playoffs, when you can run the ball, if people can't stop you, then the only person that can beat you is yourself. I mean, with turnovers and things like that. As long as they're able to continue to run for 200-300 yards, how can you beat them?
Yeah, I mean, the thing I noticed, it seemed like Santa Fe tried to take away Solomon a little bit, key on him, and then George Johnson, the quarterback, had a big, he had a 35-yard touchdown run. So it's just tough. It's almost like pick your poison.
What do you think, Eric? I mean, they're running through the opponents the way Azusa ran through the Montview League.
Oh, God.
I mean, just taking care of it.
Well, we saw how that turned out.
No, but I mean, the Montview League.
I get what you're saying.
I didn't say Village Christian.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. I keep, this, what West Covina is doing is obviously pretty amazing, and it's fantastic to watch. And if they do go on and win a CIF title, what a very deserving bunch. Fantastic group of players. Great coaching staff. I keep waiting for them to play a team with a quarterback. It's not going to happen this week. A team that could spray the ball around. There's only one team that was on their schedule that you could really say would be able to do that, and they waxed them, and that was Bonita. If they get that rematch against Bonita, I think a passing team could give West Covina problems. I think Bonita could be that team, but obviously this Friday night they're going to have to get through a Mayfair team that, like the past couple opponents, likes to do what West Covina likes to do. They like to pound the ball, play defense. I talked to Roddy Layton before Diamond Ranch played Mayfair. He said, they're kind of a mirror image of us being Diamond Ranch. And, Diamond Ranch likes to pound the ball, and Mayfair eventually beat Diamond Ranch. I just don't think Mayfair style-wise is the kind of team that could give West Covina problems. I think the only kind of team that could give West Covina problems is a team that likes to spray the ball around. That would be Bonita. I'm not saying Bonita would turn the tables, but as far as this Friday night goes, this team just doesn't have what it takes to beat West Covina.
I mean, don't you think, Aaron, West Covina's if there's anything they fear, it's themselves. You look at them historically; they've lost games they should win. Sometimes, this isn't. They're not going to have another game in the playoffs where they're going to be the underdog and they have to get up and go out and prove themselves.
Right.
I mean, if they had played at Chino Hills, great. If they would have played even Charter Oak this year in a final, I think I would have loved West Covina in that matchup. They don't have that, so they're going to have to win a championship. Like Charter Oak in the last 2 years as the favorite with all the pressure, and you've got to go out there and just get it done. It's going to be up to them to just finish the job now. They're in a situation where it's finish the job. You have the best team. It's been proven, I think, over the course of the season. I think you can look at the Final Four right now, the way they beat Bonita, and West Covina is the best team. Now it's on them to finish the job. Yeah. Steve, you got a prediction in this game?
I'm going with West Covina. I mean, this game reminds me kind of a few years ago when Los Altos was doing their thing, and Mayfair had a pretty good team. And they just
think I remember the game.
Good.
Yeah,
they just waxed them pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you feel about this team. Like maybe those early South Hills teams that won a couple of championships, and you knew they were just going to go ahead and win the title. Yeah. That's the position West Covina's in. It's theirs to lose. I think they would have to really turn the ball over and just throw up a stinker to get beat at this point.
Okay, so you got West Covina as well,
West
Freddie?
Covina,
yeah, I agree. I think Mayfair, I mean, they're going to bang with them for a little while. It's just that they're probably not going to be able to beat West Covina at its own game. West Covina gets into the finals. We all agree. Fans, get out there. Again, that's Friday night at Bellflower High School. West Covina, the top seed, looking for a berth in the Southeast Finals. They got to get through 8-4 Mayfair. Should happen, but you never know. Get out there and enjoy the game.